Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my purse.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this special edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. We did not do one last night, Nathan, because, of course, I'm joined by my guy, Nathan Taylor of Y&B. We didn't do one last night, Nathan, because it was just so late, and it was a blowout. You know how, you and I are both like, what the hell are we going to talk about? Other than SGA just being unreal. Dude, he's ridiculous, Nathan.
Little did we know what was going to happen today, though. You know what I mean?
Right. And I was kind of waiting till today for the trade deadline to end so that we could kind of know what was going to happen and what wasn't, what the Thunder were going to do. And let's just talk about our team first. And what is the big news, Nathan?
Well, that would be Chet Holmgren, right?
What's happening with Chet?
Oh, dude, he's coming back tomorrow. Actually, the big news of the day probably is definitely the waiving of Daniel Tice. I mean, that was an important piece.
Yeah, well,
that was a joke.
I know it was. My thing with Daniel is that I believe that the Thunder had him, got him strictly to help them out and pick up a pick.
Dude, Jay Will and him are the day probably is definitely he's maybe a little bit better, but not much.
I'm going to say this last night, dude. Jay Will was getting beat up bad, bro. He was getting booed bad. I mean, like, literally, people were just like, why are you shooting? And it's like, he's shooting because he's wide open. Nobody has guarded him. Nobody's within 10 feet. You have to shoot the basketball. And I felt bad for him, Nathan. I really did. I really felt bad for him, dude. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Now, could you hear that on TV?
I couldn't, no.
You couldn't?
Could not.
Yeah, it was brutal, brother. It was brutal. But I will say this. Getting Chet back.
Dude, that's honestly the best trade outside of Cam Johnson and this. I think that's probably the best trade deadline news we could have hoped for.
Yeah, 100% without getting Cam. And you and I.
Here's another good trade deadline news that we said. Oh, by the way, maybe Mark Dagnall's starting to listen to people.
Yes. How about last night?
Yes, dude, he leaves him in to get 50. Are you kidding me?
Well, the first thing was, I was sitting there talking to my boy Shannon Henthorne, Randy's nephew, Carolyn's grandson.
Oh, Shannon went with you last night?
Yeah, Shannon was there last night. And he and I was there talking, at that 6-minute mark, when they always call timeout, he never subs SGA in. And remember the last time that happened, they went on an 85-66 run against us. So last night, I'm like, well, I wonder if he's going to is he going to do it this time or not? What do you think? He's going to sub in? And he subbed him in because remember they had went on what were they on at that particular point? Oh man, where is it? Second quarter. They were on a 13-2 run at that point.
Ooh.
They had been on a 13-2 run.
I missed a little bit of the first half.
Excuse me, that was us. Okay, let me see. Where is it? I didn't have my pen wasn't working last night. Okay, it was 41-50 with 6:36 when he subbed SGA in. Okay, so we were down now. It was 37-33 at the end of the first quarter. By the way, the Thunder won 140-109, by the way, for y'all. Let's get the
third quarter. Dude.
Yes.
Third quarter. That's where it was at.
But I'm saying the first quarter, we were up 22-21 when J-Dub went out. Okay?
Right.
And then we were up 37-33 at the end of the first quarter. When he brought SGA in at 6:36, which normally he brings him in a minute later or 2 minutes later, we were down 41-50. So they had been on a 17-4 run to start the second quarter. 17-4 run. You bring SGA in there, and it was SGA, Dort, Wiggins, K-Rich, and J. Will, which you and I love some K-Rich. We both love K-Rich.
Yeah, I love K-Rich.
And then at halftime, it was 61-63. Okay? So that meant we went on a 20-13 run to close it out to get within that, which was the halftime score. And in the third quarter is when we just beat the brakes off of them. It was 90-70. Yeah.
45-19 or 43-19.
43 to 16. 43 to 16. Yeah. We won on a 30. I think it was a 30-5 run. Something like that.
Ooh. Ooh.
But wow. That being said, once again, Dagnall in the second quarter, which is where we lose games, when that timeout comes, he doesn't sub SJ in to stop the bleeding. He doesn't. And he waits, and that is the difference. And last night, he made the difference right there. Yep. I think I texted you and said, he must be somebody's listening to us. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. Well, that was this morning, but yes, you did.
It was that this morning? Because yes. I'm just like, okay, you're listening. What are you waiting for? The bleeding is here. And I believe had he not done that and he waited another couple minutes and they got a run going, the game would have been over. Possibly. Now, not having KD hurt them, I believe, but it made all the difference in the world. So, but anyway, here are the stats from last night, Nathan. 140, 106, 109. The Thunder are now 40-9, and we still have the best record. How about Cleveland slipping by the Pistons last night, our last second shot?
Yeah, Darius Garland.
Yeah.
He didn't have they didn't have Donovan Mitchell last night either.
Nope, they didn't. 40 to 36 from three. We were 12 for 42. 12 for 42, and we still shot 51%.
That's pretty good, man.
They shot 47%. We out-rebounded them by 11. Pips points in the paint. We out-pipped him by 30, Nathan. 30. 30. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
30
crazy.
Points. 30. No wonder Nurk, but they didn't have Nurkic last night. Remember, they just traded him today, as a matter of fact, too.
Yeah.
They traded him today. So that's what the thing is. And anyway, and then, of course, our bench scoring, we got outscored by 3. Here's the box score. J-Dub, 13 points.
He had an off night last night, didn't he?
6 for 12, 1 for 3, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals.
He didn't shoot bad. He just didn't take a lot of shots at them.
But Nathan, he had 13 points and he's plus 17. The plus minus makes no sense to me.
No, that's a bunch of junk.
Because the other day when he was a minus, I'm like, he played good. How is he a minus? He played good. How the hell is he a minus? But it is what it is. Ihart, 26 minutes, 9 points. He did not get a double-double last night. He had 4 rebounds. That was it. 4 assists, 1 steal.
That's it? Really?
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't
26
realize
minutes. In 26 minutes. There was only 46 rebounds, and Jay Will had 12.
Oh, gosh.
In 22 minutes. SGA, Nathan.
Dude,
50 points in 34 minutes. 50
he's
points.
Inhuman.
Did
you heard the stat? He's got like 240-something points in the last 202 minutes or something like that.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane how good he is. It's crazy.
Hey, Nick. And finally, Dagnall leaves him in. He goes into the fourth quarter.
And leaves him in.
And leaves him in to get his 50, and then he pulls him. I love that.
How about your boy kneeing him all on the sideline? He's so dirty, man.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about your boy, Grayson Allen.
No, that's not my boy, man.
I was being facetious.
He's a dude player, man. I don't like him.
I was being facetious.
Let me rephrase that. If he was on the Thunder's team, I'd love him.
No, I wouldn't like him. No,
well, he's a good shooter.
I don't care. I don't like dirty players, bro. Don't like dirty players.
So you
remember,
you don't like Brooks or Tony Allen? Or?
Nope. Tony Allen wasn't dirty. Tony Allen was physical. Tony Allen never hurt anybody, bro.
What about Patrick Beverly? You don't like Patrick Beverly?
Nope, not a fan.
Okay. All right.
But I'm saying Tony Allen was strictly physical. He was not dirty at all. He never hurt anybody. Patrick Beverly took Russell out.
Yes, he did.
And then what's the name? Remember he took and this is my thing. If you hurt somebody, you should sit out the same amount of time they did. Because remember, he hurt Caruso, and Caruso had to sit out 6 weeks. To me, Grayson Allen, you hurt him, you put him out 6 weeks, you're out 6 weeks on a dirty play.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe. If you're dirty and somebody's out, you get to be out too. However long that is. That'll stop all that nonsense. Anyway, Jay Will, 22 minutes, 0 for 9, 0 for 7. Dude, he's plus 14, Nathan. And Jang, 9 minutes. Why is he even playing?
Get me started. Don't even get me started with
Why is he playing? 9 minutes. K. Rich, 16 minutes, 5 points. Caruso, Good seeing him back, 17 minutes,
Yep.
5 points. And then, of course, Isaiah Joe still looking good, like what he's doing.
I like what he's doing too, man. I get nervous, but I like what he's doing.
I like what he's doing. Hey, Nick, what's up? He says, more important news, Chet is set to be back Friday. Minutes restriction. Hell yeah, it's on a minutes restriction. And part of what Nathan part of what Nathan and I talked about a while ago is, do we bring him back before the trip, before the All-Star break, or do we bring him back after? Remember, Nathan, we had that discussion.
Yeah. Well, I think it's answered.
Yeah, and part of it was we were you and I are both torn. Do we bring him back before just to get him into the flow, just to kind of see, okay, you hit a game, how do you feel? What's hurting? How do we make you feel better? Do you play another game? How do you feel? How does your body feel? So to me, that's kind of how it works. Now, I don't like the fact that he's coming back to play Memphis. I don't like that we're going to play the Timberwolves with him. I would have preferred to wait till after.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the organization's not going to bring it back if he's not ready, though.
No. That's not what I'm saying. So other teams don't get a look at us with iHeart and Chet. That's what I mean.
They're not going to. They're not going to play in much with iHeart, though, man.
Well, yeah, probably not. Oh, Nick, what do you think about them? How much do you think they're going to play with iHeart?
What's his minute restriction? Probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Something like that, probably.
Yeah, he'll probably play. Nick says probably doesn't matter since most teams like the Bucks are playing their G League rosters. Well, no, Nick. We're talking about now. You're starting to get into now. After January, that's when things get serious. The last 40 games of the year.
Right.
Things are serious right now. Because what are we at now, Nick? What are we, Nathan? 40-9. So that's 49 games. What do we have? 33 games left? Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Burgess, what's up? So we have about 30 games left. But what the Thunder did by not making anything at the trade, like I've said, this is what the Thunder are depending on. They're depending on the others to take care of business. Right?
Which there's. I'm
talking about in the playoffs, not during the season.
Okay. All right. Okay. Never
mind. Talking about the
playoffs. There's my point in mood then. So.
Yeah, because to me it's like what getting Johnson would have done is helped us in the playoffs. Okay, not necessarily now, but he'd have helped us in the playoffs because remember last year, J-Dub disappeared, Chet disappeared, Joe disappeared, Wiggins disappeared, Dort disappeared. SGA basically won a series the first time with just him, and the second series he kept us in Dallas. Because Game 4, if y'all don't remember, if y'all forget, if y'all don't remember, however you want to look at it, he scored 6 straight times in order to win Game 4. Remember? He just took it over at the end of the fourth quarter and said, I'm not passing the ball, I'm scoring.
He did that a little last night, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Let me see.
I liked that. I liked it a lot.
Hey, Guzman Chris says, why do we have these things stupid when we haven't been healthy at big? Why do we waive this? Well, we waived them because that was strictly a favor to them and to get more picks. That's why we did that.
Yeah.
Because we knew, like Nathan and I had said, only the Thunder knew when Chet is coming back.
Yep.
And the one thing about that organization, or the Thunder organization, there's nothing getting out. Nothing gets out of that organization. There's no talking. I promise you, if something gets out of that organization, you're fired. I can promise you. There's nothing getting out. Nick says Chet will play to get his conditioning back, but if the game is gritty, no surprise if he's on the bench after the All-Star break. Yeah, I think Nathan and I both agree. That's what we had said. Play him now. Here's the benefit of playing him before the All-Star break. Now you play him a little bit. He's going to be sore. So how do we what's the word I'm looking for, Nathan?
Acclimate?
Yeah, him back to play. How do we get him back faster? So after the All-Star break goes, when you're going boom, 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 how is he ready?
Well, he's sitting back-to-backs guaranteed. So
right now, yes.
For sure. So I bet you, to me, I think we just threw it out. He probably plays minutes restrictions at first, probably 20 minutes, and I bet you he doesn't even play 7 or 8 of them with iHeart.
Yeah, well, you got to play. You got to play with iHeart. Got to.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to
not
play
a lot. Not a lot.
10.
But you got to play him some so they can get a feel for each other. But after the All-Star break, that's when it's going to happen. Burgess says, definitely hoping the upward trend going into the playoffs in regards to the bench. Well, when it comes to the bench, Burgess, and this is how I look at it. It's SGA, J-Dub, Kaysen. And by the way, we won without Kaysen last night too. He's hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kaysen, Dort, and let's say Chet or iHeart, whichever. Let's say Chet. Then you have
You want J-Dub
iHeart.
on that line, or
I said J-Dub.
so that's your starting lineup? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Dude, I disagree with you. I think they're going to start both the big boys.
Well,
not
no,
now, but
no. I'm saying I'm just giving you your top 10. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
All right.
Then you have iHeart, you have Joe, you have Caruso. That's 8, and Wiggins. That's 9.
Okay, Rich.
And then K. Rich is 10. And then remember, AJ Mitchell will be back. That's 11.
Yeah, because he's playing AJ Mitchell.
But my thing is this: you can't play 11 players in the playoffs. You can't do it.
Well, no, you can't. And
But
he's
he
going
will.
to.
He will,
going to.
and it's going to cost us. You can't do it.
Here's what I'd like to see, Matt. I'd like to see him play 9, but switch those 9 depending on who we're playing. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
if we're playing
One
Golden
team,
State,
I agree, Nathan. But Nathan, what I was saying was that's the 11, and then you pick who you're going to play.
Yeah, if
That's
you
what
play
I mean.
Golden State, then you're not playing. Well, Jay Will wasn't even in those 11.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm not playing. I don't need to play him.
Well, if you play Golden State, man, I don't know who you play.
Okay.
Because you can't sit iHeart and Chet. You can't. Like, you have to play those guys.
You have to play one or the other, and you can play them
You got to
both.
play both of them.
Well,
in the whole game is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. Because Nick just said playing with iHeart will take the banging off Chet. 100%, Nick. That would put iHeart at center, which is what we want.
Hey, what was the reaction in the arena last night when iHeart went down and grabbed his knee?
Quiet.
Oh my God, dude! I was
Quiet.
like,
Quiet.
no.
Quiet. Wasn't a lot going on, bro. That was quiet,
Yeah.
as it should be.
But and then he waved this bench. I was like, oh, thank God.
Matthew says the only team that scares us is Dallas. Okay, Dallas is scary. I agree. Here's the let me fix this. Here is the Western Conference standings as of today. Okay, before the games tonight. And right now, why am I making the East bigger? I make the East smaller. They're not the West. They're not us. So I'm making the East smaller. Right now, here's the play-in teams, Nathan. The T-Wolves, the Mavs, the Kings, the Suns, and the Warriors.
Say that one more time. Kings, Suns, Warriors. What was the fourth
T-Wolves, Mavs,
T-Wolves.
Kings, Suns, Warriors. Okay,
dude,
guys. Okay, guys in the chat. Here's this. So probably the Suns and Warriors will play each other, and then the Kings and Mavs will play each other, and then the winner, how that
Don't
works.
you think the Mavs are going to get up in the top 6 though?
Yes, I believe that. Let me see.
Don't you think?
Do you want to test out? Well, Burgess says, do you want to test out iHeart with Chet lineup? Yes, I sure as hell do. Before, yeah, a little bit. How are the Mavs so low? Because they don't have everybody playing yet. I think Anthony Davis plays when? Tomorrow, Nathan?
Something like that, yeah.
He hadn't played yet, and they just traded everybody, so that's why the Mavericks are so low.
Well, don't you think the Lakers drop down to the play-in? I mean, aren't they 5 or 6 right now?
Well, getting rid of Dalton Connect.
Dude,
I don't agree with that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't agree with that.
Like, Mark Williams he's an okay player, but he's not. I mean, he's nothing special. I mean, you could have got Jonas Valanciunas for a prayer.
Yeah. Nick Jordan says, without Luka, Dallas is not as scary. But we approach Dallas from now on. We'll show Coach the ability to get out coach like he has every game, Nick. Y'all don't think the Warriors and the others addition of Jimmy? No, that's not Jimmy's not that. Jimmy doesn't scare me.
Jimmy
At
doesn't
all.
scare me at all.
At all. The thing with Dallas, okay, guys, this is what I say what Dallas did. What Dallas did is doing the Oklahoma City thing. They matched us is what they did. They added perimeter defense, and then they added a big. So now what they did is they did Anthony Davis to do Chet. That's what they did, okay, because they're both stretch fours. And then you got the banger in the middle, which is Gafford and iHeart. So they matched that. Then they went out and got 2 perimeter defenders, so they've got 3 perimeter defenders now. So that's what they did.
Dort, Case and Wallace.
Case and Wallace. Those are our 3 perimeters. So now they've got 3 perimeter defenders. That's what they did to slow down the SGA. They want him to go from defender to defender to defender. That's what they did to SGA. Okay, which is the same thing we did to Luka, and we do to Kyrie. Okay?
Well, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is this is going to come down to the others, obviously. But what I hear you saying is this is going to come down to who's got better leadership, SGA or Kyrie.
Well, SGA is a better leader, no question.
I agree 100% about that.
And he's a better player than Kyrie is now.
Now, yes.
Not by a whole lot, but he's a better player than.
Well, in
now,
Kyrie's prime, I don't think you can
Kyrie's
say that.
prime and SGA's prime, man.
Well, we don't know about SGA's prime yet because he's not.
Well,
there yet.
he's 26. But I'm saying Kyrie at 26 and SGA at 26 is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who I take there.
That's what I'm
Kyrie's
saying. I don't know who I'm taking either.
Kyrie's a better shooter.
Kyrie can shoot the threes, but SGA mid-range, his length, and what he does is
Kyrie
crazy.
Finishes so well though too.
Yeah, they both finished up. What I'm saying,
Such a handle.
I'm gonna say
Such
this:
a handle.
they both have handles. SGA's is not quite as good as Kyrie's, but it's not far behind.
Yeah, but Kyrie's a head case, man.
No. We're not talking. Stop. We're not talking about that. We're talking about strictly skills.
Okay, strictly skills.
Strictly
yes,
skills.
You got to see how the entire picture translates to the floor, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You've got handles wise. Kyrie is slight advantage over SJ, just slight. Mid range, SJ got Kyrie. I think they're consistently finishing at the basket. To me, they're both equal.
About the same, yeah.
They're both equal finishing at the rim. And then 3-point line, Kyrie is better than SJ by far.
Here's the thing I would say though, you got to put a huge question mark next to this one. Availability.
No. I agree. No, I agree with that. But I'm just talking about straight skill, Nathan. Straight skill.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, to me, your skill is being available.
No, I understand that's a total different thing than just your skill. Your skill is your ball handling, your shooting.
Okay.
That's your skill set. Okay, that has nothing to do with availability. Because you can still be hurt and still have skill set. You just hurt. So I don't know if that.
Well, or just being an idiot.
Yeah. Dallas has bad shooters. They won't keep up on offense, is what Matthew says. Lively and Gafford are useless on the perimeter. Okay, Matthew, what I just said was Lively, Gafford, or Ihart. He's useless on the perimeter as well. So
Chet is not far off useless on the perimeter.
No, Chet's numbers are significantly better, Nathan.
But a little bit. But he's not a perimeter defender.
Well, no. I'm talking about shooting. He's talking about shooting.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shooting.
Definitely a good shooter.
So Chet and AD are pretty close. Probably Chet maybe a little better than AD.
Chet's a way better 3-point shooter than AD.
So you got, okay, let's go with that. So he's better than AD in 3. So that's what we're talking about. Now, perimeter defense, they said that our perimeter defense, Dallas has a wall of defense to make their role players beat us. PJ has been out with an Achilles heel. Okay, I'm going to say this. PJ has been our Achilles heel, Nick says. We all agree with that, Nick. But what I'm saying is they basically, with what they've done with the trade, they went defense to match us in the perimeter for what they did. That's what they did. So they can make it tougher on SGA and beat him up. And what they're basically saying is, okay, Dort, you got to beat us. J-Dub, you got to beat us. Isaiah Joe, you got to beat us. Wiggins, you got to beat us. Chet, you got Chet and AD a wash. But what they're basically saying is those three guys, because you got to figure Kyrie, SGA a wash. Do we agree?
Yep.
That's a wash. Gafford and Lively against Ihart, that's a wash because none of them are going offensively. Ihart's a little bit better than them offensively, but their roles are their roles. There's no perimeter. And then AD and Chet, AD is better than Chet.
AD is better than Chet.
AD is better than Chet. So now what that leaves you at, at the two.
J-Dub and P.J. Washington.
That leaves you J-Dub and P.J. Washington. P.J. has been better than J-Dub.
I don't like our chances on that one, Matt.
But P.J. is better than J-Dub. Now that leaves you with what? One other guy. And that's Isaiah Joe. That's the match right there. Is going to be the difference because coaching. What's going to happen if Dagnall does what he always does, except for last night, when that timeout comes at 6 minutes or at 7 minutes, if you don't put SGA on the floor, we're going to lose. That's a fact. If he manages minutes, I don't give a shit. We got Chet. I don't care who we got. In that second quarter, when that run is coming, which is going to come. If you don't have SGA and you at that 7-minute mark, when you feel that run coming, if you don't put him on the floor to match him. Now, granted, does that mean 2 more minutes in a game that he would normally play? Okay. So he's playing 38 instead of 36, or he's playing 36 instead of 34, or he's playing 41 instead of 39. Okay. I'm not mad about that at all. Let me see. Let's go back to our chat, Nathan, because I don't know if you're following it. Let me see.
I can't see it, man.
Okay.
I'm on just on the Zoom thing.
Burgess says, Nick, you don't have. They should have. Let me see. You don't think they should have waited to the offseason unless LeBron is looking for an extension? LeBron already has his extension. Nick Burgess, they could, but next year Bron won't be there. He was not going to be there. No. Nick, if AD plays drop, they'll get torched. AD is going to play some post, but not a lot. That's kind of how I look at it. Pick on Kyrie defensively is what Matthew says. We agree with that, but and Clay is still a decent defensive player. He is a
I forget about Clay, man. Oh yeah.
He's a decent defensive player. Not like he used to be, no doubt. But guys, all we're saying is what the Mavericks did is they matched what we do. You match the inside presence with Chet and Ihart, with Gafford and AD. Now you got matching players at the point with Kyrie, SGA. And what they basically did is improve their perimeter defense to give SGA issues. When there's a pick, there's going to be an issue. But if I'm the Thunder, what I do is I do what? I send Ihart on the pick, and then I got Gafford. He's going to take AD or Gafford. Either one of them, neither one of them going to guard him or Lively in the pick and roll. But what they're going to do is they're going to send a forward to come at him. And like I've said many times, when SGA gets double teamed, the question is going to be who is going to be on the point at the top of the key that SGA passes to go 4-on-3. That's the key to this game, or not.
It better be Ihart.
And it better be Ihart, or it better be J-Dub, or it better be Caruso, or it better be Kalen or Kaysen.
I don't even like J-Dub.
This is why I don't want. Okay, you might be right. This is why I don't want Ihart. At the end of the game, he can't be on the floor.
Because he can't hit free throws.
Can't hit free throws. He shoots 64%.
But you got to have him on the floor because he's got to facilitate.
Yeah, but he's got. But remember, at that point, Chet will be back, so you can.
Yeah, but Chet can't facilitate like he can.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But you can have Caruso or you can have Kaysen facilitating. I'm good with either one of those facilitating at the top of the key. Are you not?
I like Caruso a little bit better, to be honest with you.
Okay, I got Caruso in there, but I don't want Dort there, and you don't want Chet and J-Dub. But that's who you want.
No.
You got to have that right person.
But all three of those guys you named are pretty good shooters. So I mean, you could have those guys out on the perimeter, and have have Caruso in the middle and SGA. But that's not going to happen. I mean, as much as we wish it, it's not going to happen. He's going to. J-Dub's going to bring the ball up the court. Dort's going to bring the ball up the court. Chet's going to bring the ball up the court. I mean, it's just who he is, man. He's not changing.
I agree. It's got pick on Kyrie and Clay at all times and attack them. Well, the problem is with that is you've got the two monsters in the middle.
Yeah.
And
Kyrie
he's
not a horrible defender.
No, he's not bad. And neither is Clay.
Clay.
Neither one of them are bad defenders.
They're not. And Kyrie's not great, but he's not horrible.
Let me see. Nick says Joker would bully the Lakers, but in the NBA, LA wants to be there because that's where the money comes from. So I'd say Oklahoma City and Dallas, they can't meet in the finals because of where they're going to be. Matthew, it's going to be harder for them to match. That would be a second-round pick, I think, or first round for the Thunder. I think it's hard for them to be in the finals. LeBron and Luka would average like 60 free throws a game. No, that's not going to happen.
Dude, did you
not
start noticing last night in the game? What did the 11 or 12 of their 16 points came from the free throw line?
Yeah.
We were many Christmas. Man, Booker and Beal were just,
wearing us out.
Oh, my God, dude.
But remember, Nathan, that was in the second quarter.
No, that's the third quarter. That's third quarter.
No, the second quarter is when they took the lead. Beal was killing us.
Third quarter. I'm talking about the third quarter, and we were way ahead, so it really didn't matter.
I'm talking about the second quarter when they made their run. It was 37-33, and we had J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Caruso, K-Rich, and Ihart. That's what started the second quarter. And that's a good five.
That is a good five.
and we got outscored 17-4. 17-4.
I laugh, but it's just
17-4 is what we got
you know what
outscored.
the definition of insanity is, Matt?
Doing the same thing over and over.
And expecting different results.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matthew thinks that, let me see, the Lakers games will be nothing but crying and free throws for 48 minutes. Nick, that's not going to happen. This is the thing. The reason why I'm trying to tell you is this, is that, yeah, they love to see LeBron in there, but they know that the Lakers, Boston would kill the Lakers.
Oh, my God, yes.
Now, a good quality Lakers squad against Boston, yeah, that'd be great, but that's not what you're going to see. So, and I don't think the Lakers can beat us before they had AD, when they had AD, and now after.
I don't think they
can't
either.
beat us because we're way younger than they are. LeBron can't go full speed, play
First
defense
round,
the
maybe?
whole time. First round, maybe. Second round, no way. Third round, for sure not. So,
did you know, hey, I was looking at this the other night, and I knew this because when he got drafted, but I was blown away by this. And I'm trying to remember the exact, hold on just a second, let me look it up. It was something like, okay, Mark Williams, let's see, I want to say, so Mark Williams, the guy that Lakers got, 7'2", 7'6" wingspan, 9'9" standing reach.
wow.
That is nuts.
That's
I
massive.
bet Wemby's is more, but geez.
That's massive.
That's crazy, isn't it? Weighs 250 pounds too, by the way.
Yeah, okay. So what's that got to do with playing?
Oh, no. I just that standing reach thing is what. Like,
that's insane, but there's a reason why he got traded.
No, I agree. I just, you can touch the rim without even jumping.
Nick says, my argument isn't that LA would last, but the fan base buy tickets if they're in the playoffs. The NBA is making money. Now, TV-wise, people would love to see LeBron. And I agree with that TV-wise. Ticket-wise, if you don't think Oklahoma City Thunder fans will buy tickets, come on now. We'll travel. We've got tons of fans, and the thing is this: by putting the Oklahoma City Thunder on TV more and more, more people have heard about SGA. But when you watch him play, you're like, oh shit, this dude is ridiculous.
Last night, that last basket he hit, holy Moses,
dude, he is just
Did you
good.
listen to any of the Mike stuff? No,
No, I didn't hear the Mike stuff. I was at the game.
Oh man, it was funny because you know when he did the little hacky sack thing with the basketball?
Yes, on his knees.
Corner?
Yes.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. And then when they went to the bench, he was like, man, he was like, I forget who he was talking to, but he went, man, I went like this, and he stood up and he did the little motion that he did, and then I went around him, and boom, it was over.
Dude, he is. Guys, we're lucky to have this guy.
Yes, we are.
We're lucky to have this guy. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors right now. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guy Mark Long up over at SRB. They are fantastic at taking care of. If you've got a water treatment plant in your city or county, hit those guys up. They'll handle your business for you. Who doesn't have clean drinking water? And of course, Oak Grove Trucking. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit those guys up. I know Jose is about to get him another truck to have 2 trucks. So hit our guys up. So proud of my man over there. And then of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen. Sorry, I was a little late on that one.
A little late on that. Anyway, they're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. Can't wait to be at the hood tomorrow at the barbershop, see what they say tomorrow. You can pre-qualify online at www.
Is it Mr. Triplett joining you tomorrow?
I got to call him and make sure. I'll talk to him later. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank, which is where Nathan is currently, 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway, US 66. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur, which I was at earlier today. And then, of course, Elm Grove Clothing and our guy Jonathan Beaky Triplett, who takes care. By the way, isn't Big Pert looking much better?
Oh, dude, did you see him talking about Was that one of his suits?
Yep, that's one of his suits that he's wearing today. Yeah.
He was talking about, who was he talking about? I think it was yesterday. He was talking about OKC. And no, he was talking about Chet coming back. It was this morning, maybe. Anyway, that's sorry, man. Go ahead.
Anyway, Jonathan Bickey, triplet 405-332-8787. Why spend $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 when you can spend $800 to $1,000 and get the same quality of suit? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Big Perk looks a lot better with him on there. Go ahead, Nathan.
He ordered like 10 of them or 9 of them, right?
Oh my God, Jesus! Matthew says if Luka gets the Laker team to the finals, he is really a GOAT.
Oh my God, really?
No, Matthew. No.
On,
Nick Jordan. What I'm saying, like, okay, he says not the rate. He's talking about, Nick says, what are you saying? Plus a playoff LeBron jersey or a Luka jersey is crazy money. Yeah, now that I agree with. Yeah, I agree. You're going to sell way more than that. I agree. And I'm happy that LA finally got tired of LeBron. Yeah, I'm tired of them. I'm so tired of them. Tired of LeBron. Okay, Nick. In trades, who do you think won the trades this year? And you guys, who do you think? Okay, number one, who do you think won the trades? And did Oklahoma City? What is your grade of what the Thunder did not do? Do you give them an A, B, C? Do you give the Lakers what they did? Let's grade the teams and what you think they did and how they improved.
Well, I think the Lakers did probably an A until last night, right?
Yeah, I was shocked. But the whole thing is the Lakers had to have bigs.
Dude, but that was the most available player you could get was a big right now.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You trade Dalton Connect? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but the whole thing is that you can get other shooters, but you need a big. Yeah, you're not going to win.
He's on a rookie scale contract for the next 4 years.
Yeah,
the Lakers are strapped for cash.
Yeah.
What better player could you have? No other. You sacrifice shooting for a big man in today's NBA.
Well, I think they went all in to, number one, make Luka happy and LeBron happy. I think that's.
If I'm LeBron, I'm pissed today. You get rid of my best center and my best.
But
shooter.
He's always wanted to play with Luka. He's wanted to play.
I'm not saying Luka's not a great player, but man, you got to have shooters around those guys.
Now I agree with that. You got to have shooters. I agree with that.
When they traded Cam Reddish too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Cam Reddish and a first-round draft pick.
And a first-round
to get Mark Williams.
Yeah.
No, that was bad.
They had to. I agree with that, but this is a desperation move by them. And when we talked about when they got Luka, you and I both said this was a move for them for the future.
The future, yeah, it's not this year, dude.
And now you have basically mortgaged your future because now your 2 first-round picks you had, they're gone.
They're gone. Yep.
They're gone. And the whole thing is, that's why Sam Presti did not make the move to mortgage the franchise by giving up Topic to get Cam. You don't do that. You don't mortgage your future over to win now. But once again, we don't have LeBron here forcing their hand. If you don't do this, for sure after next year I'm gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
Bye, so I can wear my Lakers stuff. Hurry up and leave so I can wear my Lakers stuff, please. Bye. I want to wear my Lakers stuff. Bye-bye, so I can move on. Long term, LA won. Dallas, I can't grade the playoffs because their goal is a championship now. And if they don't get a chip within the next 2 years, it's an L. Agreed, Nick. What about you, Nathan?
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed, Nick. 100%, that's a great quote. It's a great because Nathan and I both said Dallas is in win now. That's what they've traded for. They're trying to win right now. And they know that you got to go through Oklahoma City and you got to match us defensively because defensively we are just a ridiculous beast. Okay? Here I'll pull up our season stat. Here's us. We lead the league in points allowed or points given up. How about that? How does that sound better? Points allowed or points given up, Nathan?
I like points allowed better.
Points allowed, 104.1. We're first. Field goal percentage, 51.3. We're first. 3-point percentage, 32.8. We're first. Assists, 24.1. We're fourth. Pips, points in the paint, 41.6. We're first. We're first in taking the ball away from the opponents at 11.4. We're first in people stealing the ball from us at 6.7. We're fifth in blocks, which will go up now that Chet's back.
Mm-hmm.
We're number one in taking care of the basketball. We only average 11.7 turnovers a game. And we turn the opposing team over 18.2, which are number one. Second, in the fourth quarter, we're second, 25.1, giving up 25.1 points per game in the fourth quarter. And we scored 26.8. But here's the key. We're usually winning going into the fourth quarter.
By a bunch.
So that number.
That leads into my comment after you were done. You want me to go ahead and
Go ahead.
Okay. So if the season ended today, the Thunder would average a larger point differential per game than they would turnovers per game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
that's a crazy
the point
stat.
Differential is 12.74, which is best in NBA history. That is freaking crazy.
Yeah, it is. But Nathan, it stems from our what? Our defense.
Defense.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what Dallas did. They matched our perimeter defense by their moves that they made. Go ahead.
Here's the advantage I think Oklahoma City has over Dallas is these guys, they just throw them together. Dallas, I'm talking about.
Just now, yes.
They haven't been playing together. Dude, our defensive guys now, outside of Caruso and Ihart, those guys have been playing together 2-3 years. So they know each other, you know?
Yep, but also, Nathan, they've been playing together all year.
That's true, yep.
And like I said before, when Daigneault switches up lineups, this is the easiest way to explain it. When you switch up a lineup, it's like 2 bartenders or 3 bartenders. They're used to moving the flow. They never run into each other. Why? Because they know how each other flows. If you know when I do this, you know what they're going to do. When you add a different bartender in there, you're going to bump into each other because the flow is different. That's what happens when Daigneault changes lineups. It messes up the flow of what they have been doing and what they're accustomed to, which is what you're talking about, Nathan. Okay? Right. And when you change that, that's what screws up everything. Because I don't know. It's like last night, Jang did something. I mean, I forget what happened. Somebody threw up, and I'm like, "What? Where are you going? What are you doing?" Or was that the other night? It was the other night.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah. Let me see. Nick says, I will say that this LA-Dallas trade reminds me of OKC Clippers trade. Oh, no. That ain't even close to the same, Nick. The LA Clippers trade, we fleeced the hell out of the Clippers, bro. We still are getting paid from the Clippers.
Yes, we are.
What is that, 4 years later, Nathan?
2020,
2021?
5 years ago. 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're still fleecing them, bro. We're still fleecing them. Thank you, Burgess. Great example, analogy with the bartender. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's so funny as the other night, Nathan, we were talking, I was at the last week at the OSU basketball alumni reunion, and David Taylor, one of the new coaches, we were talking, and David goes, yeah, and he was telling them about the time when we beat Colorado in 5 overtimes, okay, which I still hold the record for the longest. I played 58 of 60 minutes that game, Nathan. Ooh. And I had a date with Miss Colorado after the game.
Oh,
I did not see her.
Of course you did.
No, I did not see her. I went back to the hotel and passed out. That high altitude, 58 minutes, and I was out with her the night before, so that did that.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe that or not.
No, seriously, no, Nathan. I went home, Nathan. I went home.
I know what you're saying.
Listen to me, bro. I went home. I was so effing tired.
Dude,
I went home.
You have a tendency to stretch the story.
No, seriously, I would have bragged about it, but bro, I went home. I was with her the night before, though, so that.
There's always something. There's always a half truth with you. You're telling the truth, but you're not telling the whole truth.
Now, had I not been with her the night before, I probably would have.
That's exactly.
I probably would have met her no matter what.
No,
but I went home.
Probably nothing. You definitely would have been out there.
I went home. I was exhausted. But anyway, the story is, so I'm playing.
And you'd have been after the game going, "Come on, let's go overtime."
I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you. No, so we were laughing because I think it was the 4th overtime. They missed the free throw, and we were up. We were down 2, and he missed the free throw, and 4 seconds left, and I went coast to coast and scored on a layup to tie the score to send it to the 5th overtime. And so we were laughing about it. So my story is, I'm on the floor with Bill Self, David, Anderson. I'm on the floor with basically 3 freshmen and a sophomore. Mm-hmm. Okay, and me. And I'm passing the ball, and they pass it right back to me. And I'm like, bro, hold on to the ball, let me move, then pass the ball back to me. But you can't pass the ball back to me at the top of the key. I can't do anything with it. Hold on to the ball, let me move about 3 feet to here to the free throw line, then pass the ball so I can make a move. But I can't make a move with 5 guys staring at me at the top of the key.
Right.
And it was funny because that's basically what it was. Knowing what each other's doing, and then those guys end up getting into a flow, and we end up winning the game in 5 overtimes. But the point is that when you're used to playing with a certain group, when I'm used to playing with Leroy, when I was used to playing with Bill, when I'm used to playing with Lorenzo, when I'm used to playing with those guys, I'm going to make a move, and we all knew what each other was doing. And when you flip that around, that's what's bad. So now with Chet coming back, you have to play him and iHeart together so they can kind of get a feel, because if we play Denver, we got to play both of them. Agree?
Right.
If you play Minnesota, you got to play both of them.
Right.
Together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you play Dallas, you got to play both of them together. If you play Boston, you got to play both of them together. If you play Cleveland, you got to play both of them together. So they got to get a feel for what the other one does. So I know if I do this, you're going to do that. If you do that, I'm going to do this. You have to have a feel for what each other does. Let me see. Man, if Dallas doesn't win the next 2 years, I feel bad for Nico's fired.
Oh, yeah.
Nico fired.
Okay. Franchise player, man.
Nico having dinners with Jerry Jones on how to run a franchise. I mean, that's not funny. That's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, that's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Nick, you're wrong on that one, brother. But I'm going to say this. I love what the Thunder are doing. I love where we're at. I love where we're at as a franchise. I love what we're trying to accomplish. I love everything about what we're doing right now. The biggest issue that the Thunder have is really simple. Okay? The biggest issue we have is, can this coach change his philosophy going into the playoffs on the way he does lineups and the way that he does minutes? If he can, like last night was a perfect example. If he can continue to do that, the Thunder up their chances of winning the chip. Because the second quarter is your boo-boo. Let me see. It's crazy because I've been smacking them for the last 2 years, but I want to see what Chet and iHeart do together. I agree. Don't you think, Nathan?
Yes, same here.
I mean, you got to play them together. I don't think a whole lot, but you got to play them enough together so they can know what the other one is doing. If I move here, you're going to move there. If you do this, I do that. Because basically, like I said, Dallas, they matched our lineups. That's exactly what they did. And they're counting on J. Kidd out-coaching Mark Daigneault. And if Daigneault doesn't change the way he handles second quarters, Oklahoma City is going to lose.
Right.
Now, that being said, if we make it to the fourth quarter and the game is close, then we're going to do what we need to do because he's going to have Chet, he's going to have SGA on the lineup. Now, I believe this. We win with J-Dub on the bench. For those 2 or 3 minutes, he cannot play the whole fourth quarter. He has to sit in for a couple minutes. If he will do that and not be committed to try to build him up but try to win the damn game.
You sit him when SGA comes in? Is that what you do?
Yes.
Sit him when
Just put him sit him for a couple minutes. Or that's all you got to do. Or if you bring him in at the SGA at the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter, wait till about 4 minutes to go. About 6 minutes to go. Sit J-Dub for about 2 minutes. Put in your 5. And what 5 is that, Nathan, that we've talked about? That's SGA, Dort. It's SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and it will be Chet. It'll be Chet now because iHeart plays with J-Dub. So you'll do SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet with SGA. If you do that 5 for about 2 minutes, then you bring J-Dub back with about 4 minutes to go. He'll be ready to go, and you'll be running. But if he plays in the whole fourth quarter, you're in trouble.
Did you watch that YouTube video about Chet coming back? Did you watch that?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh, man, dude, if that guy weighed about 20 more pounds, he would be a beast because his mentality.
Dude, he weighs more than he did when he first got here.
I know. I'm just saying, if he weighed 230, I mean, that dude.
I don't know if he's ever going to get that big, Nathan.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like his want to and his competitive nature.
Yes.
is crazy.
Which is how he got hurt against LeBron.
I know.
Dude.
But you can't take that away from him, or he's not the player.
Listen, I understand that. But in Pro-Am, bro.
Dude, it doesn't matter to him. He goes hard no matter what he's
doing. Yeah, everybody's competitive. But you got to understand the damn game and where you're playing. I'm still competitive as hell. But when I'm playing a Pro-Am, I ain't getting in the way everybody wants to see a dunk. Get the hell out the way. They ain't got nothing to do with competitive.
He was a rookie.
I understand that's him trying to play with the brothers, but not ever playing in the hood. You got to understand hood basketball. It's a completely different mentality. It really is.
Is that when you play basketball with a hoodie on? Or is that
No. The playing in the hood is when you go to the hood to play. It ain't, no, I'm serious. It ain't no joke in the hood, bro. If you think you can play, go to the hood. Hey, because guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to be drinking a 40, smoking a blunt, and they're going to go right inside and bust your ass. That's what because they high as hell and they drunk as a mother, smell like alcohol, and they're breathing on you, and you can just smell the alcohol coming off their breath. And they're constantly just busting your ass. That's hood basketball. But they can play. Okay. Hey, skill level is outrageous. Mental, nope. Nope. But in the hood, I mean, it's like I saw this thing on Dr. J last night. People forget how good Dr. J was.
Oh, my God.
He was unbelievable.
Wow.
Let me see. J-Dub is a tempo. Nick says J-Dub is a tempo and D into an offensive player. The half court needs to work on off cuts and catch and shoot threes. If he catches and shoot threes, he's fine. What he doesn't have is handles. So when he's trying to do stuff, like you can see him trying to do stuff that SGA does. You see him trying to make moves that SGA makes. I'm like, bro, he's been doing this for 4 years. You're just not trying to do this stuff. 3-4 years from now, you might be able to do the moves that he makes, but you got to work on your ball handling. And he's so big and so stiff and so loose with the ball, he does it because SGA is 6'6", Kyrie is 6'3". Mm-hmm. But their ball handling skills are right there together. Why? Because they work on it all day, all the time. And you look at Wemby's ball handling. He's gotten a lot better since he's been working out with Jamal Crawford. His ball handling's got tons better.
Yes.
Okay. And I can tell you right now, that trade, they played together last night. I don't know if you saw it, Nathan, or was it the night before? Maybe it was the night before. With De'Aaron Fox with the Spurs. Dude, they're a handful, bro. Spurs are going to be a handful, man.
Yes, they are. De'Aaron Fox played well last night. 24, what do you had, 24-14 or 24-12?
And when they get rid of some of those other guys and they add to the lineup, which they will, because I can promise you more and more people are going to want to go to San Antonio. And this guy was like, well, San Antonio and Sacramento is the same. I go, no, it's not. Sacramento is a nice little whatever town. It ain't San Antonio, homie. It ain't San Antonio. I can promise you it ain't that. So, anything you want to talk about, Nathan, before we get out of here?
No, that's about it, man.
All right, okay. But what do you give the Thunder grade-wise? All you guys in the chat, what do y'all give the Thunder's grade-wise?
I give them I don't know what the internal conversation was between the Nets and us, if there even was any. But if my guess would be to say that they wanted a ton for Johnson and for Presti, and he's cool, calm, and collected. He wasn't going to make a deal that wasn't good for us.
No, he was not going to make a deal. No, we're not giving up Topic. Not doing it.
Next year, you're going to be glad he didn't make that move because I think we're going to find out how good Topic is.
Matthew says A++ on us not making any moves.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been upset with trading like Jay Will and a first rounder for a shooter.
Yeah.
But we don't have to. The guys we have, they aren't great shooters. They're not knocked down 3-point shooters, but they're pretty good shooters.
Well, but Nathan, this is the thing. In the playoffs. It's a different mentality. And my thing is this, and I've said this, in order for the Thunder to win, the others, that's J-Dub, that's Wiggins, that's Joe, that's Dort, and that's Kaysen. Those guys are going to have to come up big.
Cam hasn't had a lot of experience in the playoffs.
He went to the finals. He went to the finals.
Run. Yeah, he had a finals run.
But he averaged 18. What I'm saying is he's going to give you 18.
Yeah, I know. I wanted him. Don't get me wrong. I wanted him.
But I'm saying adding Chet, Matthew says, I did not want KD. I didn't want KD either.
Did Chet, I just can't remember, man. Did Chet play well last year in the playoffs? I don't remember.
Yeah, he played okay. Only person
So
he played decent. Chet was probably C plus.
okay. So
J
you
Dub
just
was about the
and
same.
having Ihart. I know he's not a shooter, but having Ihart in the playoffs because he's got. I mean, he played wonderful in the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
So having Caruso, that's going to be invaluable because it'll calm the young guys down a little
yep,
bit. I
yep.
feel like.
But this is
So
my thing,
hopefully,
Nathan. If SGA is if Dagnall will just forget about this team shit, let SGA cook, and then let everybody else relax so they don't have to try to make plays. They can just play within themselves and be nice and loose and no pressure. We're going to win. If he's not letting him do things, he's trying to pass and being passive. Like there's some possessions you'll see 2 or 3 possessions in a row. He's just in the corner. He ain't even trying to participate.
right.
Can't do that. Nick says, Nathan, OKC needs to win now because the offseason LA will be in attack mode.
Oh my God.
I'm not really worried about LA.
The problem is they don't have anything to attack with.
Matthew says, I'm not scared of Dallas in the end. I am.
I am. I'm more scared of Dallas this year than I am the Lakers next year.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
The Lakers are in a weird position. They
got no money. They got no money and they got no draft.
They have no draft picks. And by them, the move they just made, they mortgaged their future. But once again, that's LeBron. Get me a big or I'm leaving.
You're going to have a 42-year-old LeBron James and a guy who can't play defense but is an excellent top 5 player. That's what you're going to have.
Let me see.
And
Nick,
Austin Reeves.
Yes. The person they attack defensively every time they see him. OKC grade was an A. Didn't give them a plus because they could have, but did not do what they needed to be done to make season moves if necessary.
Here's what I would say to the Lakers next year. So you remember what we did to Luka the one time we played against him?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to have that next year with no shooters and a 42-year-old LeBron trying to bail you out. That's what you're going to have. That doesn't scare me.
I agree. So what do you think about him saying that he didn't, Nick saying he only gave us an A, not an A plus because we didn't do what we needed to do to make the playoff season moves?
I mean, like I said, I would have liked to seen him at least give up nothing for a decent veteran shooter. But, I mean, who does he take minutes from? I mean, the guys you're trading aren't going to be in the rotation anyway.
Yeah.
So who's he taking minutes from?
I agree. How come the Celtics matchups better than the Mavs? I think we match up better with the Celtics than we do the Mavericks.
Because they're shorter.
Because they're not as big, number one. They don't play against us all the time like the Mavericks do. They don't understand us. You can still watch film. Now, what the Celtics did to the Mavericks last year, this is how they beat the Mavericks last year. What they did is they basically said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to guard Luka, and we're not going to let you shoot threes in the corner, which is why they beat us and why they beat Minnesota. That's what they did. We're not giving P.J. Washington wide open shots. We're not giving Kleber. Now, remember, the Lakers do have Maxi Kleber, so that's going to help them shooters.
They have one shooter.
But that's what
Hachimura is a pretty good player.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what they did last year. And the Celtics can't really do that with us because, first of all, nobody can guard SGA. That's number one. Number two, the bottom line is we got Chet back, which will stretch the floor, so that helps us. Number three, it's all going to depend on our shooters because it doesn't matter how many threes you're making that you're shooting if the defense is in your face and you're not giving up a lot of threes. It's easier for me to shoot a wide open three than a fake when I'm guarding. But if I'm forcing you to play defense and then you got to try to shoot threes, that is the difference in the game with the Celtics and the Thunder this past time. Because the Celtics were worn down trying to match us up defensively in our physicality, and it wore them out, and their legs were done for their threes. And then we were knocking down threes because that's what we're used to. We're used to being physical, Dort standing shooting threes wide open, Wiggins shooting wide open threes, Joe shooting wide open threes. If we're doing that, Kaysen shooting wide open threes. If we're doing that, we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with him. Catching J-Dub, catching and shooting wide open threes, yes. I don't want him trying to do too much, but I do like him trying to be able to score. Let's face it. J-Dub, go left, shoot that fadeaway from about 15.
Yeah, but
10 feet.
Here's another thing with Chet coming back. Obviously, it's going to be 10 games or so before he gets off his minutes restriction. But that puts J-Dub back in his comfort zone. So, that puts J-Dub back at number 3, not number 2.
Yeah.
So with the non-SGA minutes, he's going to be looser. And we talk about all the time when SGA is on a roll, everybody else, kind of just relaxes and plays their game. Hopefully that's going to be the case.
Agreed. And he goes, I mean, the Celtics always beat the Mavs. Yeah, the Celtics always beat the Mavs because of the way they approach the Mavericks. And now with Luka, with Luka gone, we if we can match them man to man and not give up wide open threes to PJ Washington, we can beat them.
Oh God, somebody take that guy out of the knees.
That's all you need to do. Let me see. Yeah, the corner threes of PJ killed us. Oh, all day long. And he goes, I forget about Jokic. I want to see him match against the Mavs. Jokic kills AD every time he sees him.
He does, every time.
Every time he sees him, he kills him. That's not a matchup. That's now younger AD maybe, but Jokic just wears him out. Let me see. Matthew and Russ versus Irving. Russell can't guard nobody. He's never been a person who D's nobody up. Kylie Irving's going to wear him out. Not the KFC drink. I can no longer tune in. Nick, sorry about that, bro. I had for lunch, I had the pot pie at KFC, and I had a drink, bro. Sorry about that. I'm not promoting their ass, but,
Pot pie, really?
Sorry about that, Nick. Couldn't help it, man. But, hey, bro, their pot pies are on point. You can't argue with a KFC pot pie.
Yes, I can.
You don't like the pot pies?
Disgusting. Pot pies are disgusting.
Oh, my God. I can't with you. I was going to go.
What are you talking about? You can't. You know, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to eat at home every now and then, dude.
I do. I ate at home last night.
Yeah, with takeout. You ate
at
home.
No, at home last night. I ate at home last night.
What'd you cook? Frozen dinner?
No. Actually, what I cooked is I had green beans. I had, actually, it was the night before. Last night I went to a Thunder game.
Okay.
Night before,
green beans.
I had green beans, and I have this little casserole that I cook, which is a it is it has chicken breast on the bone mixed with cream of chicken and mixed with it with cheese, shredded cheese on top, goat cheese on top of it. Oh man,
that's so good.
Oh,
here's the thing though, you just bake it and
cream
you
of celery.
take the chicken out and then you use the rest of the casserole, right?
Yeah, and plus, by the way, and I get those Hungry Man biscuits, those big fat biscuits.
You don't put the chicken with the bone in the casserole and use the casserole when you're eating the bone chicken, right? Like you take the chicken out separate. You cook it all together, but then you take the chicken out separate, right?
What I do is I cook it on it because I like chicken on a bone anything on a bone tastes better than with it off.
No, I'm exactly the opposite.
With bone in anything tastes better. Bone in steak, bone in chicken, whatever the bone in, it makes it better, I think. So that's it. But Matthew says, man, this trade line saved the NBA. The NBA is sitting pretty good now.
Kidding. My God, dude. There was a lot of All-Stars traded this time. And usually there's a bunch of trades right at the deadline. And this year it was completely opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, there was barely any at the trade deadline.
Yeah, this year I like what they did. Everybody pretty much made the trades they had to make. Jimmy Butler going to them, and he waived his deadline. He waived his deal, and he got a 2-year, $55 million a year thing.
They're heading down the tubes, dude. Heading down the tubes.
I mean, I'm like, okay, you've got Jimmy, Draymond, and Steph. Okay,
well, here's
bro,
the thing now.
You're not in the East.
Can they afford to pay Kuminga now? Because he's an unrestricted free, or he's a restricted free agent.
Restricted. They can afford to pay him, yeah.
I mean, they can, but will they?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait till
they paid $142 million in tax last year.
They don't care. He paid $300. He paid $300 something. He's paid over $1 billion in luxury tax.
But they get in that second apron, they're going to care because they ain't got no draft picks to trade.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying is right now he don't care.
Did you know? If you get into the second apron as of the 25-26 or 24-25 season, I saw this posted last night. If you're in the second apron 25 or 24-25 season, you do not get your next available draft pick to trade.
Right.
So that's. I mean, they got one of these days, man. I mean, I think they got 2 years left.
They had 2 years left before that happened. They're okay. I mean, the whole thing is with Joe Lacob, they paid the year that they wanted to beat the Celtics. He paid $320 million.
Yeah, but that that team was an all-time team.
No. I'm talking about the team they just won. The last time they won.
Oh, 22. Okay,
Yeah,
22.
that
Yeah,
team.
that was.
I mean, so he's like, I paying $300 million, I got a ring. That's how he looks at it. He don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, my team is still worth what, $6 billion? Okay.
It is the most profitable team in the NBA.
Okay. I'm $6 billion, $7 billion. Okay. Okay. I'm charging outrageous prices for my seats there at the Chase Center. Okay. My merchandise sales are through the roof. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder, how mad are the Thunder? You bought the team for $600 million. It's worth what, $4 billion?
$4 billion. Yeah.
Okay.
No kidding.
You got to go into luxury tax a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact you got 87,000 draft picks. My
Yeah.
God.
And then on top of that, the Thunderdome is people are paying the tickets. People are coming back in the gym again. You're filling
Well,
up.
not to mention you got a brand new arena coming up.
Brand new arena coming. You're going to have the All-Star game here in what, 31 or 32-ish?
Did they get it? Did they get it?
Well, we're going to give it to when we get the new arena built. And the arena will be built in 20.
Me and you got to go to that.
Well, definitely going. So that'll be 29. Well, the All-Star weekend is better than the game. The weekend is what's fun.
My kid will be 14, so she can stay at home by herself. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm saying is the All-Star weekend is more fun than the game.
Oh, dude, I want to go to the three-point contest.
That's what I'm saying. That's All-Star weekend. That's Saturday. The weekend is more fun than the game.
No, I agree.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
All I got to say is if we host that and we don't have FGA, we're going to look pretty stupid.
Let me see. The gym will be done in 29, so SGA will be 30 then. And that will be in 30, probably 33 or 34, so he'll be, I don't know if he'll be here.
No, well, we hope he is. That means,
well,
right.
that's 9 years from now.
It's only 25. That's 34.
I understand that. That's 9 years from now, and he'll be 34. I don't know if he'll still be there because he'll be demanding a shitload of money at that point. At 34, I don't see that.
If he's still an all-star level player, I don't care.
I agree. I agree. Well, I mean, let's face it. He's getting ready to do something that only other person's done it more than once is Jordan.
By the way, they brought that up like 3 times last night.
Yeah. Well, that's ESPN. That's not Thunder.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not Thunder. Thunder ain't bringing that up. They don't bring that up at all. That's ESPN.
True reporting. Thunder media,
right.
Pay attention.
Right. That's Thunder not going to do anything. You got guys on the Thunder talking about push shots. The hell's a push shot? The hell's a push shot?
Every time I hear that, dude. Every time I hear that, I crack up. I'm like,
I'm sorry. It's a push shot. What is a push shot? There's no such shot in here. There's no such shot. And you are reporting on an NBA's #1 ranked team in the league, and you're coming up with shit that don't exist. There is not a shot called the push shot. There's no such word. There's no such shot in the history. And you're making up shit. And then these little kids are listening to it, and they go to the gym, and they get laughed at by the brothers. They go, you mean a floater? Oh, you must be listening to the Thunder and laugh at a kid. And then he feels like crap because he's getting laughed at. Way to go, Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the difference is, Nathan, they know the difference because they'll slip and say floater every now and then. They'll slip every now and then and say it. Like, so you do know what it is. You're just trying to create a new word or a new saying. Well, bro, you ain't creating nothing but making our kids look stupid. You ain't creating nobody's gonna come out, that's a great push shot. Nobody's gonna say that, bro.
No.
Because that's not what it is. It is a floater or a teardrop. And by the way, it's called a finger roll or a scoop. Scoop is this, a finger roll is this. Like they call something the other day, they go, oh, that's a great scoop move. And I go, no, that was a finger roll. It's not a scoop, that's a finger roll. And I'm gonna do this deal. Please, Thunder, take your people back and get them some sort of basketball dictionary. This is what looks like. This is a jump shot. This is a step back. This is a side step. This is a fadeaway. This is a scoop move. This is a reverse. This is a finger roll. This is a push shot. This is a teardrop. Those are all different things. Learn what the hell they are so you can announce them correctly on the team.
Well, why would they want to do that? Then you wouldn't have anything to complain about.
True. I wouldn't have anything to complain about. So, anyway, guys, thank you for today. I'm getting ready to go to Chocolate Decadence, man. I got to go get dressed. I'm going to Chocolate Decadence. By the way, Oklahoma City's Chocolate Decadence is a fun time. It's a chocolate party, Nathan.
No, don't even.
They have all these different chocolate desserts and chocolate food, and their chocolate martinis are pretty tasty, by the way. So
Ooh.
anyway, it's a good chocolate thing. It's gonna be fun tonight. Looking forward to it. I gotta get dressed for that, which is where I'm getting ready to head
Hey,
to now.
when do you do that fundraiser where you serve people? When do you do that?
Celebrity Waiters Night.
Yeah. When do you do that?
That's in the summer.
Okay, you gotta mark me down because I'm coming.
Oh
to that, by the way.
no, Nathan.
Yes,
no.
I am. I'm coming to that because
And by the way,
gotta see this.
hey, everybody in
I
the
gotta take
chat,
videos.
hey, and everybody in the chat, I ain't letting y'all know what it is either, so y'all can show up and I can wait on y'all.
The commander will tell me. I will put it out there on air when the commander tells me.
Hey, waiter, hey,
And
come
we
over.
will all show up with $1 bills and
Oh
and
my God, all the money.
quarters.
Hey, all the money
stuff
goes
like
to charity.
Hey, I don't care
All
if
the
I
money
can
goes to
tip you a box of quarters. I would absolutely do that.
No, all the money goes to charity, bro.
That's 35 pounds of quarters. By the way.
No, why would you do that to charity?
I wouldn't do that to charity. I'd do it to you so you could take it to charity.
I'm not. No. You. I don't touch any of the money. What happens is
What?
you basically fill out a form, and then you either give them cash or credit card. Yep.
I ain't doing none of
Yep.
that. I'm giving you the money, and
Nope.
you're going to give it to the charity. You know what, Matt? That drives me crazy about this world nowadays, right? So I'm at cheer practice Saturday night, and just for everybody, so they don't know, I'm not on the cheer team. It's my daughter. So I'm there, and the coach is like, "Well, do you guys have dues?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here you go." She's like, "What's that?" I was like, "What do you mean? That's money." She's like, I can't take that." I'm like, "Why can't you? It's cash. Like, why can't you take that?" Well, I gotta have Venmo
Or Cash App.
or
Yep.
any of that stuff.
Yep. Or
I don't do
PayPal.
any of that stuff.
Or PayPal.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that
Yeah.
stuff. Just take my money. My God.
Yeah, PayPal. Yeah, that's what they do. I get paid in Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal.
Yeah, I don't do any of that.
I don't get checked.
And
Every now and then, a
refuse
parent will
to.
bring me cash. I have this one guy who brings me cash.
Dude, that's
once
money
a
in the
month.
bank right there.
I know,
that's
but then
cash.
I have to drive to
Then
Bethany.
you have to what? Drive.
I
and
have
put
to
it
drive
in
to
the-
Bethany
I'm sorry.
I have to drive to Bethany and go over to People's in order to deposit.
So or you could just keep it and use it to spend on what you normally would spend it on. I mean, I'm just saying.
On my Uber Eats.
Whatever. I don't know.
Since I don't cook at home.
And here's a tip for everybody else too. Every server you'll ever meet, if you pay them electronically, they get taxed on their tips. If you pay them cash, they don't get taxed.
I know that.
Just FYI.
I try to pay them cash. I try to pay cash.
And there's also this thing called pooled tips, right? Where if they're electronic tips, they report them and they get pooled, and they have to share them with everybody. And the worthless people who don't do anything get just as much as the people that work hard. So
I know.
just another tidbit.
I know. But I usually sit at the bar, so.
God. Yeah, so we need to know when you're serving because we're coming out for that.
Wait, I can't hear you. Wait, there's a connection. There's a bad connection.
No, you can hear me just fine. Don't worry. And I'm going to get that from the commander, and I will put it out on the show.
Okay, Commander, I'm not telling you shit. Okay.
You'll tell him.
I know I will. I know. That sucks. I can't believe you're holding me hostage like that.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Hey, it's for a good cause, right?
Yeah,
Have a good time.
It is for a good cause. But everybody, hey, I want to thank y'all for watching this edition of After the Storm, our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show, and to talk about the trades. And we're all happy, and we all agree that we give the Thunder an A. Correct, Nathan?
Absolutely.
We give the Thunder an A. That being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Stay warm. I'm going to go eat some chocolate and drink some chocolate martinis and take a Uber.
Get some kind of meat on the bone, probably.
I can't deal with you. Everybody else.